Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reacting and then now breaking down the GTA 6 trailer that just dropped. In this first scene, you can tell we're kind of in a tropical area based on the trees. You can tell that this boat is pulling, or this trailer is pulling a boat. So in GTA 5 you were able to do that, so I hope this means you can do the same thing in GTA 6. Here it looks like here's a cargo truck, or just like a crate truck full of beer, and in GTA 5 we had a beer company called Pisswasser, and here it looks like it's called Patriot Beer. So that's a brand of beer I guess we can drink in GTA 6. Here, it looks like the buses are back. In the background here, you can tell that this is the prison based on the towers and the barbed wire. Already from this one shot alone, you can tell it's a lot bigger than the one in GTA 5. The water is going to be a huge part of the map because it's based in Miami, Florida, which is a huge city on the water. Here you can see a speedboat speeding away, so that should mean, hopefully that means speedboats are back. You can see the huge city in the background. You can see the palm trees along the edges of the beach right here.
Lucia.
So this is Lucia, the main character. She is one of two characters that you can play as, Lucia and Jason. And from what I have heard, it's going to be kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde love story, is what I've heard so far. And the graphics are so good in this game, it almost looks like she's a real person. So that'll be super cool with how realistic everything looks.
Do you know why you're here?
This is her in prison counselor named Stephanie, and she's asking her why she ended up here.
Bad luck, I guess.
So I guess it's bad luck, but I'm gonna guess she got caught for a crime by accident and she wasn't supposed to, which would make pretty good sense. So if I go back here, you can tell that this is a drivable yacht, which we did not have in GTA 5. We had yachts, but the yachts we had could only teleport from one location to another, and then you had to stay in that location. And it's also a lot different than the one in GTA 5, which is pretty cool. Here you can tell that we have dolphins, which is in GTA 5 we had some wildlife, but that was in story mode and not online. But from here it looks like they're going to be bringing the aquatic side of it into a lot more. So there's dolphins right here, sharks right there. The water you can actually see through to the bottom, whereas in GTA 5 it was just this dark blue mass that you couldn't see anything through. You can see birds flying, you can see whales and more sharks and seals. Just from this shot alone, you can tell how massive the city actually is, because GTA 5 City was clustered in the bottom half of the map, but it was half the size that this is just based on the shot alone. And Rockstar actually went in person and took in-depth shots of each location, so this is actually what the beach in Miami looks like, and the locations of the towels and the lifeguard huts and the umbrellas are almost identical to the real life counterpart. Here you can see this is a helicopter, and it looks almost identical to one in GTA 5, which makes me think it's the Maverick helicopter, which hopefully means it's coming back. Here you can tell we're kind of in the swamplands in the marsh area, which is based on the Everglades. You can kind of see It looks like ducks flying in the air. This looks like a fan boat, which we had a semi sort of similar version in GTA 5, but nothing like this, which which kind of makes me think we'll have an actual fan boat in GTA 6 now, which is going to be really cool because the aquatic version of GTA 5 is very, very limited. So it looks like we're going to have a lot more in-depth aquatic and marine type of side of it now, which will be really, really cool. Here you can see flamingos and ducks, and you can see how well the graphics actually are. If you didn't know you were looking at a trailer, some people would say this is actually real life because of how good the graphics are, which is really, really encouraging. And Rockstar is actually using their in-game engine to generate this. They're not using any like photo editing or anything. This is coming straight from the game engine itself. So this is actually what GTA 6 is going to look like in terms of graphics, which is really, really cool. Here you can kind of see what looks like kind of swans, or maybe those are just more ducks and it's kind of hard to tell. You can just tell how massive and in-depth the marsh is with the trees and the fish, the ducks here, and the flamingos and the dirt and the mud. Here you can tell just how crowded the beach is, and I hope this is how it is in the actual game and not just for the trailer, because that would be pretty cool and a lot more immersive than just a blank empty beach like it is currently in GTA 5. Here you can see we got some jet skis, and this one is based off the jet ski Wave Runner, I have been told, which hopefully means these are coming back in the actual game. Here is a boat trailer, and it shows that he just unloaded a boat into the water, which hopefully means we can unload. And I keep saying hopefully, but we don't really know. We have leaks here and there, but there's not much we know that is confirmed. Like, we have leaks, but until we get the actual game, we can't confirm anything 100%. But this is a helicopter in GTA 5 we have currently called the Super Volito, which is a fancy aircraft. And here it is again, which I think means it's coming back in GTA 6, unless it's just a placeholder, which it could be, but I don't think it would be because they need the vehicles. Here is the Sea Sparrow, which would be pretty excellent for landing anywhere on the map because it has rubber buoys on the bottom, which allows it to land on water. And because the map is mostly water, it is a very good thing. And it can also still land on the ground too as well. Here you can tell that this NPC is actually pretty jacked and strong. Unlike GTA 5, you kind of had one body shape. Here it looks like you can have over a dozen different body shapes, and it looks like you can actually make your body look this fit, which is cool because the customization in GTA 5 is sort of limited. And here you can see kind of a chihuahua running alongside him, which I think means we can have pets in GTA 6 now, which will be really, really cool because I want to have my doggy with me in the game, which would be really, really cool. Here you can see a couple different types of speedboats. This one seems to have two speedboats side to side. This one seems to be like a super fast version, and this one seems more of a luxury version. Here you can see a huge cargo ship being loaded with goods. And we had cargo ships in GTA 5, but the ones in GTA 5 we had were completely stationary and unable to move. So I wonder if we'll be able to have moving ones in this game. In the distance you can see the buildings of downtown Vice City. That's what they're calling the city. It's based on the city from GTA 3, which is also called Vice City. She said she cared about. Here you can see that Lucia, the main female character, is leaning out of the top of a convertible, which means it has its hood down, And some vehicles in GTA 5 could do that, but not that many. So I hopefully will be able to, or hopefully they'll be able to have more convertible style vehicles in the game, because those are always really cool. Based on this like light show in the background, seems like the city has a pretty active nightlife, which is a pretty cool thing because it just adds to the immersion and feeling like this is real. Here you can see a couple different types of cars. This one seems to be a lowrider, and this one seems to be the lowered version of that lowrider. And in GTA 6, there's supposed to be a lot more car customization than even in GTA 5, which there was a lot, which is really, really cool because I love to customize my cars. And you can make some pretty cool designs with like raised cars like this, or you can even have it look like this. This is actually based on a club in Miami because Rockstar likes to use locations and businesses from real life locations and put them into their games to make it super realistic, and also as a parody of them, which is really cool. So this is actually a club in Miami, but I do not know the name of the club. However, this club is called the Jack of Hearts Club. So it seems like we'll be able to interact with the NPCs, and it looks like they're in the hood, I guess. You can kind of tell it's more, you can tell just based on the trees and the style of houses around here. Here is a huge wide open panoramic shot of the city in one of the roads. This is also based on a real life location, and I'll see if I can put up a picture on screen as well. In real life, there is a long road with 3 different islands branching off of it, and it looks like we're on the farthest island back, because that's the huge middle one that you can see, and then there's an island right there, which is really cool. You can see a couple different styles of cars down there. There's a pickup truck, another pickup truck. That one kind of looks like a van. That looks like a cargo container. You can see a huge like cruise ship or yacht right there, which is really cool. You can see some helicopters in the background. Here is a huge part of downtown. This Hotel Dixon is based on the Ocean View Hotel in Miami itself, and I hope you can actually go inside because you're supposed to be able to visit 70% of all the buildings in GTA 6, which is really cool. Here you can see what looks like a homeless or a drunk person sitting on the sidewalk asking for money, which would be a cool interaction if you could actually give them money in the actual game. It would add an extra level of realism to it. Here it looks like, I don't know the name of this car in GTA 5, but this is a car from GTA 5, which hopefully means they're bringing most of the cars from GTA 5, because there's lots of really cool cars in GTA currently that I like to see transferred over. However, there's also obviously going to be lots and lots of new cars too, which will be fun to experience and buy and customize. This is also a nightclub. I believe it's called the 1111 in Miami, but in the game it's called the 919, which is really cool. You can actually go in and visit and hang out with all the NPCs, which adds an extra level of realism. You can see the DJs playing in the background. Here you can see that there's a couple different bridges connecting the keys to the coast. Right here you can see a cargo ship actually boating around, driving around. I don't know if that's the correct term, which would be really cool if we could have like a heist where we hijack the cargo ship kind of like a pirate and steal the goods inside, which could be a really cool idea. And it may even mean we can drive cargo ships, which would be cool. Here you can see how clear the water is and how realistic it looks, because you can see the different textures and colors of the sand and the indentations in it. You can see a couple different boats. And you have the two main roads right here, which merge into one to get onto the bridge over there. But here you can tell this area is missing right here and right here, which would be cool if it was like a stunt jump you had to do, so you could cut across this area and cut the line. Here's another cargo ship. You can just tell how much GTA or Rockstar has invested into this game because of how clear and concise and crisp the graphics look. And if I go back, you can actually see this plane, which is a Dodo, which is currently a plane in GTA Online. It's kind of a small, like Cessna style plane, but it's a good plane to fly around and if you just want to just chill. So in GTA 5, there's a similar sign called Vinewood, which takes the place of the Hollywood sign. But this one, Hollywood sign, and it's in the hills. But in this shot, it says Vice, and it looks like it's on top of a roof, which kind of announces the name of the area, which is cool. I like how they're taking inspiration from previous games and adding it to their newest game, which is also really awesome. And all the stories you're going to see on the social media in GTA 6 are actually real-life stories that happened in Florida, because Rockstar adds the extra level of depth and realism to their games, and it's worth every penny and second that it takes, because it just makes the game feel so much better and more immersive. There's actually a true story behind this. Someone actually went out into their pool to sunbathe, and there was actually an alligator sitting in their pool, and they had to call animal control to come get it. Here you can see some influencers live streaming on top of a car in an intersection and cars just drifting around them. You can see the car they're standing on is a Vapid Stanier, which is kind of a Crown Victoria car from GTA 5. You can see a couple different muscle cars right here. You can see the drift mechanics, which I hope they have in GTA 6 again, because you could drift in GTA 5, just not as well as I'd hoped. Because drifting is a really cool part of the car mechanics of the game. This is also a funny story. In 2016, a gator actually walked into Walmart, and like he just walked into the store like he owned the place, and someone videoed it, and this is where Rockstar is getting their inspiration. Like, they bring real life events and put them into the game as a parody or a satire of real life. So I really hope this is a feature of GTA 6, because it would be really cool to be just sitting in a cafe and a alligator just walks in, strolling in. Like, hey, what's up, dude? This is also... There's been quite a few clips of Florida Man, as he's called, where naked people just run across the road in front of a gas station. It's quite common in Florida, and if you live in Florida, you'll know what I mean. But they're basing this heavily off Florida Man and all the cool behaviors and videos you see. Here, this looks like the Infante Ruiner, not the Ruiner 2000 that has the missiles and parachute on it, just the plain Ruiner, which hopefully means this car will actually be in the game as well. And in the background, you can see the locations of some of the the names of the locations that will have like Vice Beaches, the Keys, Kelly County. And it looks like they're in the eye of a storm, and it looks like the storm clouds are circling all around them, which makes me think this is a hurricane, because in a hurricane you have the eye of the storm, which is completely clear and calm, and then everywhere else is filled with clouds, which kind of looks like this right here. This looks like the eye, and these look like the clouds surrounding it, which makes me think there'll be hurricanes and actual weather storms in GTA 6, even more realistic than in GTA 5. If I go back here, you can tell this is a new truck, because I do not have this type in GTA 5 currently, and this looks like a really cool green, and you can see the palm trees, which makes it tropical. And I'll try to go back a little bit, but it says Run Out Customs, or Ride Out Customs, which I think is the name of some of the auto shops that you can upgrade and modify your car at, kind of like Los Santos Customs in GTA 5, which will be really cool to have. This is also based on a true story. There's a man in Florida who likes to just go outside completely without any clothes on at all and just do his gardening, but they couldn't put that in the game. Obviously, that's illegal. So they added a hat and some shoes and underwear to him to make it funny. In the background here, you can see a couple different pickup trucks that have been modified at the Thrill Billy Mud Club, which seems like the off-road adventure club, which I hope is a huge part of it, because you can go off-roading in GTA 5, but it was kind of boring because all you had to do was climb up a hill. Here you can see a huge monster truck, and we really only had one monster truck in GTA 5, and it wasn't that monstrous. So I hope there's more monster trucks in GTA 6 to mess around with, because those are always cool.
Well,
And she's supposed to be a Karen, because in real life some lady started whacking on some other lady's car with some hammers for no reason, and then she got arrested and then released the next day. So Rockstar is making a parody of that in GTA 5 or in GTA 6 with this hammer lady.
look who's back. The only way we're gonna get through this.
This is also a true story. Some dude was robbing like restaurants and diners, and then he got caught and was in a high-speed chase, and he flipped his car after hitting the middle of an intersection. And this is it's not the exact real-life shot, but Rockstar used the real-life footage of the event as inspiration for this, which is where they're getting the scene from. He's actually quite a famous part of Florida. He's known as the Joker, and he actually got arrested for having for messing around with a concealed weapon, because he likes to parody himself as the Joker. So that's where they're getting the inspiration from this.
Is by sticking together.
Here you can see that there's bikers racing through the middle of an intersection, which is actually quite common in Florida. And in fact, in Florida, it's even more chaotic than this, because hundreds or even thousands of bikers do it in like races at a time, and that's why they're showing this racing clip right here. You can see a couple different types of police cars. You can see like city cops right here, and then you can see a sheriff's department vehicle right here, which would be really cool if we can get those to have the different styles of vehicles. And this looks like a Challenger. This looks like a Charger. And right here is the Pfister Comet 911, which is based off the Porsche 911, which I hope they bring back because it's always cool to have classic cars in the game because it adds that extra level of detail.
Being a team. Trust?
Trust.
In 2025 for Xbox S, Xbox X and S, and PS5 players, but for PC players like me, it'll be coming like 6 months to a year later, so it might be 2026, 2027 before I can play it, but I'll probably get a console just so I can start recording videos for you guys. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of this. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the comment section. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to my channel and have a great rest of your day.